It's a Monday afternoon, just 15 minutes past 12 on 27th February 2020. This is Terawi or Kampung Tua open stage, which is near just outside the church of Catholic Church Nativity of Terawi. That's the gate there, and there is the Terawi punya belah raya. And here used to be the Terawi jetty, which is now removed and blocked by the stones. And this is part of one of the DID's flood mitigation project, one of the 4 packages. And they have now just blocked the river. They have relocated the river, moved the river from this bend here, which used to be the Terawi jetty, river jetty, which is gone. They removed, and they blocked the river with all the stone. And part of that river will be diverted to the outlet near the airport via this small gate, 2-mounted gate. The idea is to control the amount of water from the upper MOYOG that is going down to Konundungan, because most of the water is supposed to be diverted here to the river, which go down to Putatan or Kapayan Putatan. See, I'm gonna go next to the river bank and have a close look at it. I think the bulldozer just stopped the work for a while, and it looks like the Tabatan Banjir or the flood mitigation project has continued after being stopped for a while. I believe all the funds was not received from the federal. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Today is 2nd of March. In the afternoon, about 1 p.m. That road is coming down from Mahandoy on the left, also from Putatan, and it goes to Monsopian through this unnamed bridge. And this bridge actually crosses over the branch of MOYOG River that is heading down to Putatan. So I have no clue what's the name of this bridge, but obviously this is one bridge that is would be providing a constriction for the flow of the MOYOG River, because it was built when the river was still narrow, and now they are widening the river down there to cater for the floods from Pinampang. And this is part of the JPS flood mitigation scheme. Hello. Upstream of this bridge is a bunch of debris from the floods, and looks like it's damming below the bridge and getting stuck with this nunuk tree growing with a bridge, and nobody is able to clear this thing. Amazing. And no wonder we got floods. We even got a coconut tree there lying at the bottom of the river. And we used to do rafting here, but obviously all the rafts cannot go underneath the bridge now, or boats, with all this junk piled up from the upstream. And in the distance I can see the sluice, or the little gated channel built by the JPS, which is meant to control the volume of the flow of water from Upper MOYOG, and that goes through to Konundungan River. okay, the Konondungan branch of the river. And the bulk of the flood water is supposed to come down through this left branch of the river. Now it's diverted to this river, which is not promising for the next flood because it is encountering so many blockage. And this bridge is one of them. This bridge was built when there was no intention of enlarging the river. So now this bridge is the kesempitan sungai in this. And there was news that they're going to build a new bridge, but I don't know when. Building a new bridge of a larger span is going to take time. And even the expansion joint of this bridge is making a hell of a noise. Look at this one. Bang bang. That is the expansion joint method of this bridge, and somehow it got loose. That's making a hell of a noise. Let's wait for the next vehicle. Other side is okay, but the left side is terrible. Here comes a vehicle, and let's see what happened to the wheel when the vehicle comes to it. There it goes. Bang bang. So that's the kind of bridge quality we have in this part of the world. Even bridge expansion joints make a hell of a noise. And here comes a big lorry crossing the bridge. See what it does to the expansion joint. No sound. Fancy. The big lorry doesn't make a sound of the joint, but a small car does. Fantastic. Okay. Let's go down further. And look at the mess. Oh, another cable bridge by the side of the bridge. What a mess. How is this going to solve the flood problem with this kind of mess on both sides of the river? And the bulk of the water is supposed to come down through this part of the river. Well, it's going to take 5 more years maybe for them to clear this thing. Until the next election, I presume. This is looking downstream of the bridge, people. Well, if the river is all that nice and wide and clear, that will solve the flood. But near the bridge is a scandal of a project. I heard news that this new bridge here is abandoned by some well-connected contractor to some previous government, and it is abandoned. And just look at the quality of this work. Maybe this is a rejected contract, we don't know. So you just drill the post there, and then they start digging, and well, what a mess in here. All the Rayat's money wasted. They're supposed to build a new bridge here, and the project is abandoned. So what kind of a contractor this country have? Guys, take a look at this. These are the things that is causing the flood. Abandoned project. There are shit piles left in the river, and those things are causing massive blockage of flood flow. There is 3 columns completed there, and the other side, hello, 2 columns. And I don't know what's going on here, getting eroded. And it's causing the kesempitan sungai, bosku. It's already narrowing the river here. And look, the idea has already closed the river going down to Konondungan, you know. And all the flood will be expected to be flowing through this constriction. Come on now, guys. How many more years are you going to solve this problem? This is what happens when you award contractors to cronies and who could never complete the job. Or it takes 10 times the amount of time that China would require to build a bridge, and during that years, 10 years maybe, to build a bridge, we are suffering from the flood. Because these are the kind of constriction that is causing the flood, people. We are the leaders of this country, don't you know? You keep awarding contract to your cronies, and that's all we get for our money. Well, anyway, after being stalled for some times, the JPS contractors continuing to widen this river here. Okay, yeah. And my friend's house are somewhere here. Okay. And this is river supposed to lead to Putatan. Right? Some of the banks are done well, but they're gonna need protection because the banks are very loose sand. They're gonna need. They have their filter cloth there, ready to build riverbank protection. You need geotextile. We call them filter cloth, geotextiles, the white stuff. Okay. Yeah. And my friend is thinking that there is a lake being built here. Well, not necessarily. It's simply widening the river to what it should be to cater for the big floods in Pinampang. Okay? And massive chunks of project material abandoned. Those are the steel for making bridges, lying there rusting for many years. So this is the main reason. Project Terbengkalai, the obstruction and material left in the river, and constrictions. No wonder we have flood in Pinampang. And who gets the blame? Well, sadly, former MP Adun. No wonder all the political minions are giving him a blame, just to divert attention that the real people who are causing the flood are this, whoever is involved with the project. Incompetent people. Okay? Here's the proof, guys. Kampung Baru, Putatan, upstream of
Downstream?
human. No, upstream of this bridge. Upstream of this human crossing bridge, okay? And this is all the kind of river that will be carrying all the floods from Pinampang, Sugod, not Donggong, Sugod, and that area, Nambazang. And downstream of the bridge, it looks like this. So that one goes to Putatan. That one goes to Putatan. This, okay, this river. This is going downstream.
Downstream is Ulu, Kampung Ulu Putatan.
Okay, and what is that building?
The one is the Putatan already.
Putatan. That's the Putatan town.
New township.
New township. And so this flood will go through that to Putatan and to the river, to the sea.
Yeah, to the sea. Still around from there, I think another 2 kilometers. 3 kilometers.
From that building. From that building, yeah. Okay, guys. Just now, a friend, a schoolmate of mine, brought me in his 4-wheel down to see downstream of this river. Okay, and I'm shocked to find that the river work is not even started down there. It's still very, very narrow downstream. Only half the width of this river here. I shown you the previous video from the bridge, and it's very sedimented. Another 2 concrete bridge that is constricting, which means this Putatan River is still not ready to take the flood water from the whole of MOYOG and Sugod catchment. And now I've got the name of this bridge. This bridge is called Terawi Bridge. And underneath the Terawi Bridge is actually got two steel beams, 2 span of concrete beams with this ugly concrete right in the middle of the river. the other concrete is the other end. And one span, there's a third span there. It's blocked, it's sedimented. So it really cannot pass the flood water. This is the biggest constriction here in Terawi before it reaches the sea. And with all the damming and the rubbish there and everything, this is really kesempitan sungai here. While they are widening downstream, only a small area, looks like they are building a lake, but it's useless because all the flood water is coming from MOYOG, will have to pass through this narrow bridge. And the story goes, there's some well-connected contractor who was supposed to build a new bridge here. Was started in 2021, I was told by the locals here, and it is abandoned. So there is now two concrete board pile column, this is a board pile, they said, and the concrete used to fill is so porous. That's probably the reason why it's not approved. That's not the kind of concrete you're gonna build to build a bridge, is it? So whose contractor is this? You tell me. And the sheet pile is not removed, so when the next flood is going to be very much higher, because now all the flood water is going to go through this bridge, and not half of them going through Putagas, because the other river is already closed at Terawi, just upstream here. It's already closed. Only a small part of it goes through that sluice valve, little opening. So what's going on here? People, in the next rain, heavy rain, you expect a higher flood until this thing is completed. There's a lot and lots of construction along this Putatan branch of the MOYOG River. Okay, be aware of that. It might even reach higher than Donggongon this time. This may be clear, but it's only this part. Downstream, all constricted, all silted, and even the big river, wide river that we went around rafting is gone. Only this part is now wide, but the rest of this river is constricted. And when they're going to continue this bridge, nobody knows. It's been suspended or abandoned since the end of 2021, I'm told. And all the construction material abandoned there. So anybody who can pull the sheet piles for Bisiburuk, I think that's a good money there. But the sheet pile is also blocking the river. So JPS, JKR, the government, GRS, can you explain all this nonsense? This is what you get when you have bad planning and you only award contract to incompetent crony contractors. Project gets abandoned, people. No hope like this. And who gets the blame? Former MP, right? Well, he's gone already. He's no more MP. Every time it floods, everybody's way at his name. So now what happened? You watch next flood.